Alright. Surprised my internet held up for 19 minutes. 20 minutes of me live streaming. Sorry about that. My wife. I was saying I want to touch on the fact there's quite a few young YouTubers in the wrestling community putting up YouTube videos, and one I'm watching, I feel they're spreading this rumor, which is kind of misinformation. It's giving the community hope, thinking that 2K is going to release new wrestlers, original models in the game late until after the game's release, when those wrestlers were not under contract. Mia Yim and Candice LeRae were not under contract when this game was developed. So there was no announcement of them being in the game, and they were just not in the game. There was no mocap. There was nothing. And so what's the status about these hidden models? He uploaded them. And what people are choosing to ignore is that, for one, it was a contract issue. So if WWE, if they're not under contract with WWE, 2K was not going to spend the money out of pocket to have these wrestlers in the game, to use their name and likeness in the game. Another thing is the models. The Mia Yim model was in 2K20, so that was like a 3-year-old model. There are no Trons, no entrance, Titantron videos. There's nothing, there's no data on the disc, as far as like barricades or anything like that for Candice LeRae or Mia Yim. So that's another thing. You also gotta take into the fact that what's another thing I want to touch on? That last year, my Wi-Fi is bad. That live stream got killed, bro. My live stream is very unstable. Yeah, you also got to take into account that what's the status of these uploaders? They don't they basically uploaded stuff for the 2K22 last year, especially like wrestlers from my faction, like some wrestler models from my faction and from my Rise, and a good chunk of those got deleted because 2K don't want, people just taking stuff off their data, off their disk, and uploading it. It's like, granted, over time, 2K didn't care, and they let what's the status of them upload freely, but early on, what's the status of some people actually had their accounts banned for 2 weeks and got a warning from 2K saying, hey, stop uploading this shit that you didn't get permission to upload. And so for the Mia Yim and Candice LeRae models to get uploaded, and people thinking that these characters are hopefully going to be in the base game, I think are just baseless speculation. It's not based on any type of facts or anything like that. So people really hoping. They do kind of give once in a while free shit, but I guarantee you half the free shit in terms of moves or whatever was already on the disc, and they just used the patch to unlock it. Because a lot of this stuff doesn't take as much data and stuff to whatever to put back into the game. And so people I think what was it, 2K was talking about, they were possibly thinking of putting probably my faction wrestlers into the game to be used as base characters, or probably the characters from my Rise. And people were thinking, oh, there's a possibility they could give us more free shit over time. It's like, this game is not like fighting games these days where it's like a service, a live service. It's like, no, these are still a yearly release game, so it doesn't make business sense for them to give us free shit. It just doesn't make any sense for them to do that. No, I didn't spend the night with none of the female wrestlers. It's like, you just stayed in a hotel. We didn't stay in the same hotel room. Didn't stay in the same hotel room, so no. And I don't think I sound anything close to Ice Cube. I may have the same kind of deepness in my voice, but nah, I don't sound nothing like no Ice Cube. So here's my newly constructed tag teams. Gonna have them go through a little match. But yeah, people were just spreading some information. Got into the YouTube comments with a knucklehead. Only one guy. I'm always gotta argue with that one dumbass in all the wrestling comments. And it's like there's some people who just want to be right, and I get it. You know, you just want to be right. And that's pretty much what he stated. He wanted to be right, and he was mad that I just gave him pure facts. I'm like, I'm not going to fall into this baseless speculation. I said, I'm too old. I'm too old to believe that shit. I said, you know, there's no real facts. There's no real info to verify your stuff other than rumor. So it's like if you come in and say, you know, some actual facts to back up what you feel is evidence, then okay, good. But until you get word from 2K and 2K actually releases the wrestlers, it's all my Sarah and Sue Lee twins, the Skull Girls, pretty much created them last night. They're like my 2K19 wrestlers, and finally got some parts and stuff to make them in the game. Okay, why don't I have this tag team together? Okay, I have them set up as wrestlers in my universe mode, but I guess I don't have them as a tag team in basically in exhibition mode, so they're going to come out with separate entrances. But I got to set them as a tag team. So I got my little two bunny girl wrestlers. I gotta do some changes. Gotta get rid of that entrance video because that's not her entrance video. So yeah, so you got some YouTube hustlers out there. Like I said, I'm not hating on the hustle. You know, if you want to go out there and try to get everybody to subscribe to your channel, and you want to post like 6 to 7 videos a day of updates and news that the community knows about already, then, you know, so be it. Half the information that I watch this person's channel for, you can already know about it just by searching community creations like every day. You know, I like Smack Talks and Assemble because at least they'll wait a day or 2 or 3 before reporting or giving info or anything new as far as downloads, updates, or patches, because they want to get all the information before they start giving information. So that way, you know, your information is legit. It's not speculation. It's based on factual info, and you're just not pushing out content just to push out content. You know, but like I said, you know, this YouTuber that I was subscribed to, they're building, so it's understandable why they just want to flood their channel with content. And any content is good content, even if the information is not accurate and fake, and they don't, you know, they're just spreading rumor and speculation. But, you know, these guys, you know, they just want to put out content just to put out content. You know, that's perfectly fine. Like I said, I respect the hustle. But at the same time, these people got to have actual information before doing videos on it. And then they get butthurt when you give them actual information, which pisses me off. It's like, dude, this is the actual information based on years of playing these games. It's like, I've been through this whole, you know, internet thing where you're just giving out info just to get out info. You know, rumors and stuff like that. I've been through all that shit. So it's like I'm not just going to, like, I'm an older gamer. I've been through all that stuff. So these are these young cats, you know, getting into that YouTube hustle game. I respect it, but come on. Get some genuine information before posting a shit ton of videos. People have been calling him out in his comments about it. Quite a bit of his stuff is clickbait, but he's following a manual on how to build an audience on YouTube. He's going by a tried and true formula. You know, it's not organic. It's not organic content. It's content. Basically a book. It's a book. It's just information he's using to build his little business on YouTube. These are the type of YouTube channels that they will build a following quickly. Now, whether they can keep that following, that's a question. And most of the time, these videos, these YouTubers don't really get past like 20 or 30,000 subscribers. They don't really get to, you know, they don't get to the hundreds of thousands and stuff like that, because people, after a while, they realize their content is just not, you know, just not very good. You know? And some people just follow creators just because the creators are pretty small, and that way they can actually conversate and be able to get acknowledgement from the creator in the comments or in the live streams, because their community is small. So that way, you know, they get paid attention to. Some people just subscribe to people's channel because they just want attention. I thought I had the computer running this match, but it looked like I'm playing it. So it's going to be draining through my battery right quick. So let me charge up my controller while I play this match.
That's how you take an opponent down. Oh, and a headbutt. Getting sucked. Uses the edge of the knee. She's enduring some damage. And now gets tossed into the ring. She's going up. From the top. Big miss right there. Beautiful suplex. Into the pin attack. She probably knew that cover wouldn't do it. There she goes. Look at this. Off from the rope. Wow, what a shot. Able to interrupt the attack. Back fist to the mush. Cinches up the arm in a series of boots. Jeez, that could take you out. Tagged in. Running knee lift. Spinebuster. She's taking a beating here. This is when you have some breathing room. No good reason to stay in this right now. Ooh. Oh, quite an effective counter. What a punch. Inverted atomic drop incoming. Big burst. And a senton. Hey, we're all getting free tickets to the gun show. Kick to the back. Look at her taking in all the energy from the crowd. At this point, this is incredibly ill-advised. You're in the middle of a match. Shot combination. Across the forehead and right to the chest and then the throat. Wicked. Big knee to the midsection. This match may be nearing its limit. Yeah, she's in a rough spot now. I don't really think this is the most opportune time to be looking for the fans' praise. At this point, this is incredibly ill-advised. You're in the middle of a match.
She's able to make it.
Trying to chop her down with a low kick. Fed's press takes him down. And that was an efficient display of offense with that maneuver. Tagged with a punch. Kick to the midsection. Twist of fate. Tag made. She's in.
I will say one of the best thing about the last two patches is they really polished the in-wing gameplay. I noticed after patch 1.09 that they did clear up a lot of the jank in matches. Some stuff that they fixed under the hood that they probably did not want to mention in the patch instead of just reversing. And I would say dodging is a viable tactic in this game as far as defense. You can dodge pretty much everything if you time it right. So dodging is a skill. You got to actually know when your opponent is about to do something to execute the dodge in the first place. But yeah, you can dodge out of pretty much anything. And the computer does it a lot often in these simulated matches. I just have the computer playing right now. So yeah, I'm seeing a lot of dodging and blocking, which is very impressive. I think another thing they also fixed is I noticed this was one of the arenas. Oh, she knocked her out. Bob Joe Buddy knocked her out. Oh, she laughed at her too. That was nice. That was nice. She knocked her out, and then after the match ended, she taunted her by laughing at her. Oh, she got her with that clothesline, boy. I can't believe she kicked out of that.
Here are your winners, making their case for one of the best teams around.
Yeah, they got that set up awful. In the other games, with that animation, they were further apart, but they changed it. Yeah, there's still some jank with these games as far as how they got things set up. But the in-ring gameplay, this is probably the best 2K game in terms of 2K visual concepts developing the game. Highest and best it's ever been as far as in-game matches. But yeah, when I do tag team matches, I turn on knockouts, because if you don't, the match will last forever, because the computer breaks up pins a lot. So who did she knock out? I think she knocked out Sue. Yeah, and these modified arenas didn't get fixed. As far as the props, these didn't get fixed either. So I think 2K, they're cracking down on some of the things that people can do as far as moderating arenas and shows in the game. Yeah, but let's have a run back between Su Young Lee and what's her face, and my little bunny girl. One of my bunny girls. Bombshell. There we go. Let's have a run back between those. At the Mia Yim and Candice LeRae model that What's the Status uploaded, that pretty much got a very vocal minority in the community saying, oh my god, this could be, you know, we probably might get free wrestlers, because I think that's what it comes down to. They're hoping that 2K is going to give them free shit. You know, everybody loves free shit, not hating on free shit, but I'm just thinking, okay, why would they start out with two wrestlers who barely appear on TV? You know, it's like, that's not going to get me hype. It's like, okay, oh well, okay, that's nice, but yeah, that's not going to get me hype for two jobber female wrestlers. It's just not. They could have done it with Cody Rhodes last year, but they didn't. They didn't do it last year. They could have. Cody was under contract. People were speculating that they might add him to the game, either as DLC or, you know, something else as a patch update to make up for the fact that there was a certain wrestler who had issues with WWE. He was going to be a part of the DLC, but they took him out the DLC because of some legal issues. What became of those legal issues, I need to look it up, but I think he probably got off. And yeah, they couldn't get his music because the music, I guess, belongs to him. And 2K didn't get the licensing rights to use the music in the game. And people are still hoping that 2K would add his music to the game and things like that. So there's a lot of, you know, quite a bit of bullshit in the wrestling game community as far as the 2K games. That's why I can't wait till AEW comes out. I'm going to get that game. It's going to be a whole different wrestling community. Probably an older wrestling community. So, because I am an older gamer. It's like, don't get me wrong, I don't hate the 2K games. I've been buying these series of games since SmackDown vs. Raw 2009. I was going to skip this year's until I found out that I could tweak AI tendencies. And basically, I didn't spend no money to buy this game. I had so much GameStop credits saved up over the past 6 or 7 months that I just used some of that credit to get this game. So I didn't come out of pocket for this game like I did with 2K22. And 2K22 was a disappointment for me. But this game is still good. They still need to fix some things. To them, it's going to be the last thing on the list to fix. Like the My Rise export being busted. The created arena still being glitchy hot messes. But like I said, it's going to be the last thing on their list to fix. It's going to be the last thing on their list to fix the My Rise export glitch. And not being able to use modded arenas as intended. And created arena still being glitchy as fuck. You know, that's going to be the last thing to fix in their list, which is understandable. It kind of sucks, but even still, even after this recent patch, I think they did a lot of in-game tweaking with the code as far as getting the in-game wrestling to play. There's a lot more personality. There's less jank in matches. There's less glitches in matches after 1.09 patch. They added some stuff to universe mode. But outside of that, like I said, I think most of that 10 gigs was fixing what 1.08 broke. And they're not going to own up to that in the patch notes. There's going to be a lot of hidden stuff that they fixed that they're not going to admit. Because so far, I don't think Smack Talks or Assembled or any major wrestling YouTube channel has covered this patch yet. And right now, you're not getting no video, you're only getting audio because my fucking Wi-Fi is ass. But I just wanted to bring that up. And I'm pretty much going to end this live stream because there's no video whatsoever because I'm watching it on YouTube, on my phone, and there's no video. So with that being said, I'm going to call it a day, y'all. For those of you guys who stuck around for the last few videos, thanks for watching. For those of you guys who are going to pop up later, thanks for watching as well. Stay safe. God bless.